Perfect. All right. So I'm really excited today to be sharing this energy. As I mentioned, I love numerology. I know last time that we met, we shared a bit of kind of what is numerology? What are we actually doing when we talk about numerology? And I'm really excited because I think that this is kind of a perfect way if you're a beginner or if you're kind of an intermediate to get a sense of how to work with the energy of numbers. As I mentioned, this kind of portal of repeating twos is not really going to be kind of repeating. I mean, until for at least 100 years, I suppose, if you're going to get the 21, 22, but to get that Tuesday, a Tuesday, 222, and then a 24, 2022. The next time will be 24, 2022. So we have 400 years until the next time we're actually on a Tuesday working with two energy. So this is really a special moment and one that we're kind of lucky to be alive for and lucky to kind of think about and see what this harmonic and vibrational alignment is actually going to be saying to us and speaking to us. So I have some things that I'm going to be talking about, but if you have any other questions, you're always welcome to ask. And we'll kind of be thinking through this through the meditation as well. But what's so special about this month is that we're in a year of repeating twos, harmonic twos. It's a 6th year. It's repeating 2, 3 times. So those twos go down to master number 6, which is a really special invocation, really special spell of repeated harmonic numbers, creating abundance and love and celebration and happiness and joy and money and good luck. And I said this in the 20, is there music? There shouldn't be any music. You can barely hear me though. Let me fix that. Does anyone else hear music? Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah. Thank you for the check-in though. I did put the volume up on my mic, so hopefully that helps with the voice. So I was talking about the number 6, which is this number of celebration and this number of aligning with kind of like pure joy, pure abundance, pure happiness. I can't think of a better number to want to align with, to make your life better and to make, good things happen to you. Every number has an amazing lesson to it and an amazing strategy, but there's something really special about 6. And so having the opportunity to work with 6 alone this year, I think is going to be really an interesting unraveling for all of us. But what's really special about today is working with this repeated number that's a palindrome. It's 6 twos, so no matter which way you look at it, upside down, 2, 22, 2022, no matter how you look at it, there's 3 twos, a 0 and 3 twos. And there's really, and actually all next week, every date is going to be a palindrome. So the 23rd, for yesterday, the 21st, today, the 22nd, tomorrow, the 23rd, and until the 28th. So it's very exciting. There's going to be a lot of repeating abilities to kind of zero into the self, zero into the kind of harmonic heart within us all. And 2, of course, is such a special number because it's a number of love, and love comes in so many shapes and sizes. Love is an opportunity to connect to someone else in a way, through romance, perhaps, but through platonic connection, through, even teacher-student connection, through happy colleagueship, happy, anything to do with a balancing and with an appreciation, even for yourself, looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing the reflection as something that is positive to you. That is really, I think, what's I find most exciting is it's just like love upon love upon love upon love. And I find that to be just so beautiful. And today's date, specifically the vibration. So I forgot to say this too, but basically numerology, for those who are completely new, though we talked about it, is working with basically the magical vibration of numbers. And there's many ways to work with these numbers. You can work with any repeating numbers that you see. 1111 is often considered people's awakening code, which makes sense because it's the repeated ones, the repeated beginning. And there's 9 master numbers, which are basically the numbers 1 through 9, the single digits. But in this case, what's kind of interesting about today is that if you actually add up 2 plus 2 6 times, right? You don't get a single digit, you get 12. So there's actually 2 master numbers that we're resonating with today. We're specifically resonating with the master number 12, which is, the harmonic kind of compounding of both 1 and 2 together, the individual and the loving, the harmonic creativity of 2 becoming 1 in this number 12. But then if you add 1 to 2, you also get 3. And 3 is a very interesting number, even though it's a little sometimes off balance. It's a number of abundant creativity. It's like the ultimate creative potential. And it's kind of like halving of 6. It's joy and optimism and luck and abundance. It's all these things as well, but it's also kind of like we're still getting our feet. We're still figuring out just how we're going to kind of lock in the potential that we're experiencing. So I think that's really actually exciting that this day is a 3-day, a universal 3-day. We can all experience the energy of 3 in this day, in a universal 6 year. And at the same time, working with 12 and then working with these repeated 2s, there's a lot of energy to harvest. And it's all really leading to just like upgrading, allowing ourselves to be reborn with love, which is something we're going to be working through with the meditations, and also allowing in just like a new paradigm of ourselves with creativity, with happiness, with joy, with everything you kind of would want out of magic. So very happy to be doing this and to have this gift of this aligned date to really work through it. Now, I think that's almost everything I really wanted to talk about. Oh, yes. The final thing that I think is really exciting, we do our astrological circles as well, the full moon and the new moon. And for those who don't know, or for those who do, today is also Pluto return for those who are living in the USA. Now, the last time Pluto returned on Turtle Island, which is the place that we're living, now the sort of indigenous name for the land that we're living on, was literally, and I'm not kidding, I'm not being facetious, the last time Pluto returned was July 4th, 1776. So, however you feel about the American government, I'm personally think that we have a lot of work to do. I think that we're a very incomplete project. I think that, a country built on slaves needs to figure out a new paradigm. But it certainly was a major shift and a major time of revolution. And I think that what's really exciting is that we are literally now in the new Pluto return. And I feel like more than ever, we kind of need a revolution and we need a shift. Abolition is still an issue. We're in Black History Month. This is a time to honor our brethren who have suffered. And also this is about showing up for ourselves and showing up for our community, because magic must be done not just for the individual, but for the community. So, I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of shakeup can happen, both in the personal as well as in the kind of macrocosm. But when we look at least in the personal, we can acknowledge that Pluto, obviously being the lord of the underworld, is a figure who exposes hidden truths, shadowy secrets, kind of bringing everything to the surface that wanted to hide. And it's also a highly creative energy because of that. So, there's really an opportunity for us all to experience not only maybe this macrocosm revolution, not sure what it's going to be like, but an inner revolution in which we are readjusting ourselves, revisiting, all the way back to our creation, kind of what needs to change, and really thinking about our power. I'm a Capricorn worshiper. I'm a Saturn worshiper. I've got Saturn here. He seems to be hiding lately in this configuration. So I'll have to work on that. But I work with Ninurta, who is a Babylonian deity, and I'll be calling him in today, in fact. But this is the last thing I'll say before we begin. But Pluto is returning in the sign of Capricorn. You know, Venus and Mars have been in Capricorn for a while. This is really all about, you know, creating and looking at the ways in which our foundation is built. So Pluto returning in Capricorn, it feels like no surprise. Everything right now is about challenging the established hierarchy and opening ourselves to deep and lasting change. And this is happening at the energetic level now, at the huge macrocosm as well as the microcosm. So invite all of this in. And, you know, this, as this is recorded, return to this as many times as you need to, because I think that the changes that are being invited are going to be deep, are going to be, oh, excuse me, I'll make sure that's off before we begin. And they're going to be deep, they're going to be really exceptional, and they're going to be really exciting, allowing us to really awaken into ourselves. So I really look forward to sharing this all with you today. What we'll be doing is 2 meditations. So the first will be a kind of grounding, but it's also, as I said, I'm doing something new today. So the first is also about welcoming that energy of rebirth. And then the second is the more traditional ceremony we do, where I call in the deities. As I did with 220, I'm going to be calling in my deities this time, because I feel like I need to be the channel for this medicine. So I'm going to be calling in my deities as well as whoever you're working with today. And then I will also be leading us on a kind of ceremonial journey, working with sacred geometry, aligning with sacred geometry, aligning with the numbers, and aligning with kind of a deep, we're going to work with the inner child a bit, only in a place that feels safe for you. We're going to be doing some soul retrieval, but again, only in the places that feel safe. I'm not going to any specific memory. So, you know, if there's only a part of the inner child that you'd like to work with, now is a great time to identify that. And I'll remind you during the break, because we'll have a break between the first and the second. So, you know, I'm not working here to trigger anyone, only to invite ourselves back into ourselves and really welcome in love through all facets and reflections. So thank you again so much. And I really look forward to sharing this energy with you. I'm hoping that we will use all of the time and not a minute more. But I hope that if you can, it's always great for those who have the ability and the schedule, that if you can stay for the entire session, it's always really worth it. And that you can basically receive the full download. But I'm always understanding. Nonetheless, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing this. And I look forward to getting started. So without further ado, can the music please play for the first meditation? And we will begin. I'm going to make sure that phone's off. All right, let's begin. We take this time to begin and start here now, in this moment, welcoming in an inner quiet and an awareness simply of the breath. just seeing where you are, not having to change anything, just noticing and checking in with the way you're breathing in this moment. And we'll begin now to go deeper into this breath, welcoming in breath work, intentional breath work. I'll be counting to 9 as we breathe in, counting to 9 as we breathe out, so that we end all thought processes up until this moment and are beginning anew with new thought processes. And I will guide you. Breathing in 9. And breathing out 9. And breathing in 9. And breathing out 9. Again, 9. And 9. We'll do one more, really focusing on filling the top and the bottom of the stomach. So we breathe in, breathing in 9. And we'll hold. And now breathing out 9. We are here today to fall into the magical alignment of the repeating twos. Here to find the spell and the secret of the cosmos as it hides in this magical moment. We are holding space for ourselves, for our needs, for our bodies, for our minds, and for our souls. As we are available today to grasp and open to the energy of the repeating twos, and beginning with a release of self. We are opening our body-mind to the consciousness of the universe. As spirit receivers, we are open to hearing the great palindrome, the great repeating and resonating twos, and to receiving the emanations and frequencies of the voice of the divine cosmos. These repeating numbers are like a sequencing of humming and chanting throughout the stratosphere, from behind the clouds and the walls, as we are open. We are in this moment, held in place through these structures, through this humming, through this foundation of life as we know it. And as we are opening, we are in turn taking some time to release now all that is no longer useful, the 3D structures of the day, taking a moment to be with 3D mind, being open to sitting with exactly what we are sitting with today, so that we can be free from it. And removing ourselves of the actors in our story, the colleagues, the customers and clients, the students, the managers, any friends, anyone. For now, we are only with self, removing and releasing ourselves from the perceptions of others, removing and releasing ourselves from the connection to others. Releasing the energy of all other people and shutting the doors to their return, even if it's only for now, though perhaps for good in some cases. We are returning to our consciousness so that it is the only energy in our nerves, the only consciousness in our stomach and our knees and our fingertips and at the back of our neck and at the eyes and at the mouth. at all places of the body. It is only us, at peace within and without. Closing our hearts to conflict, and instead reopening ourselves to cooperation with the consciousness within. And we are taking time now to sink slowly into a deep sense of calm, knowing that what is meant for us will find us today. Knowing that through our inner quiet, we can allow ourselves to listen with serenity to the earth, to the numbers, to the spirits, as we sink slower and slower into our trance of this moment. And as we continue to intend for ourselves to become centered, we allow for the awareness of all the 3D of the room, of this home, to fade away. We are opening now to this portal opening to our rebirthing and beginning again. And what we do feel in the physical is the electricity of the air around us, the power that is in all matter touching us as we perhaps have our head rested in our hand or our hands at our sides. All this touch is sacred, and all air touching us is like a blanket whose aura has waves and emanations that is its own spirit running through this room, through this building, from the street and beyond. All is electrified, atomic, quantum awareness now. All matter is opening, and our awareness is expanding. As we are activating and releasing deeply into this universal energy, welcoming in a grand empowerment with serenity in all the physical, all becoming spirit as well. The blanket of the air around us now, softening, becoming more sweet, transforming, as we see ourselves now floating in a spring, a divine watery pool in the glades of our ancestral lands, where we are bathing and being healed as we float through this energy, through this blanket, through our physical senses. All that is alive is also peacefully, softly bubbling, moving with the waves. As we are in a place of healing waters, deep cleansing with the energy of holy earth, holy water, holy fire in the matter and the magic, and holy air in the space between our atoms. You may already feel parts of you that are no longer needed are floating away in this water. And among us in this council, in this shared space, we are like many fish, many different organisms on one great blue planet, one Pachamama, amongst each other in this path of life, open to move in all directions and no longer restricted. The weight of the water relaxing into our skin, relaxing our joints, relaxing the tension in our backs, our shoulders, anywhere that needs to allow us to sink deeper and deeper into these cleansing and warm, bubbling, holy waters. A watery womb of this earth, this Pachamama, this place that is ready under this harmonic repeating of the twos and of the love and the ability for new creation, to give us an opportunity to receive a new way of being, allowing for our ability to blend purely and deeply and truthfully into this moment as a newborn, a new form of our inner being. These waters are made of the holiest rivers, the Ganga, the Euphrates and the Tigris, the Jordan, the Hudson, the Mississippi, the Amazon, the Thames, the Seine, the Nile, connecting to the Pacific and Atlantic Ocean, the Mediterranean Sea, the Great Lakes of Michigan, the ice lakes of Russia, Siberia, all creeks and babbling brooks in between, all blending as we hold space in this water. All waters turning into the many crystal, sparkling colors of the rainbow, and infusing us with angelic energy of all the light beings, the elves and the fairies and the angels and the jinn, the gnomes and the leprechauns, infusing us as we are ready to be reborn and readying ourselves with microstructures of change and of activation, of growth, of joy, of infinite possibility. Through this infusion, we are being cleansed and healed as we are enveloped. These holy waters are moving through our energy field and giving us now a download of deep releasing from the bridge between the third eye, the heart, and you can choose to work with either the stomach, the sacrum, or the root, whichever of the three lower chakras feels right for you. As I will send you Reiki and healing now through my channel for this download. Working now to rewrite all of you through this water into the energy of love, of 2, repeating creation, repeating love, repeating partnership, repeating cooperation. Tuesday is 2, And we are one, and we are also two halves, balanced, beloved, shining, healing with the energy of kunzite. Straight into our hearts, straight into our third eyes, straight into whichever lowest chakra needs our attention today. Bringing with you now the energy of the Kambaba Jasper, the oceanic levels of green stone, holding together ancient life forms. To Kambaba Jasper for you on this Tuesday. Rewiring you with an Isis double terminated portal crystal and peach moonstone, welcoming in gentleness, sweetness, softness, letting these waters bring in that softness to you, bring in the love. I feel called to say, bringing a special softness to the stomach. Letting the fires be tended without being overactive. Letting this Isis crystal open within you portals of light. Opening your heart. Offering final grounding with this aura quartz again and fire quartz. Grounding into the waters, grounding into healed emotional self. And through the awareness of this moment, we in this water now also begin to pull out the deep set wedges within our body mind out, feeling negative energy being pulled out like door stops that are squeezing you and that you are squeezing. They are pulled so that the doors within may open up. The tunnels may become unblocked. These are wedges anywhere in your body that you need removed. Heavy, dense energies, veiled energies, negatively charged energies. Breathe into this removal. Taking a moment here because I feel like we're going pretty deep and that's good. We are taking the time to really grasp these door stopper like energies that are the memories that keep the love from the heart flowing. So as they are removed, we are beginning to relax. And I will pull out 2 more here in honor of Tuesday. One final door stop to your doors opening, removed, held in my hand, and tossed. Now I'm going to take a moment and clear the space as we are thinking about the removal of lessons that you internalized around your self-worth, inner worth, that did not serve you. Blessing you, blessing me with holy waters, blessing the spirits. As through these clear crystal and blue spring waters, we are allowing for a releasing of all memories, people, faces, and other emotions stored in the body around fear. All of these stopper-like structures that were removed from your aura, and that may be continuing to remove on your own without me, are allowing you to melt even further into the waters as all flows out of us. And we are becoming more and more blended with the structures of all power and all energy of the waters, of the oceans, of the winds, of the trees, of the stars, of the thunder and the lightning. We are connecting through the crown chakra in this water to the great macrocosm of all things, like bacteria in the ancient ocean, the primitive consciousness. We too are meant to create a future that we may never understand, as if we are in this moment now choosing to begin again in this glade, in this spring, in these waters, just as life did so long ago in the first oceans. We are returning and rebirthing into primitive structures of the dormant lives at the bottom of the sea, joining together in an ancient, eons-long dream time. As we reawaken to love and to cooperation, to two upon two, healing our relations, healing our harmony, bringing in the 6 twos that become 12, that become the master number 3. We are evolving through this ultimate harmony of the self and the creation for the self. We are allowing for the awareness and the knowledge that this gateway has opened us up to new frequencies and vibration. And the waters now raise us up through our evolution, like Venus on the half shell. We are reborn from the water as new beings of love. Water is holding us aloft in the great universe as we feel the harmonious bridge of 2222222 flowing like a stream through the bridge that we focused on, the third eye to the lower chakras, the spinal cord, allowing these waters as they hold us up to bless us in our new rebirth, our new raised awareness, our new opportunity to become different, to become changed, to become awakened. We allow ourselves to be open to the true heart of the self and of the universe. Welcoming a true rebirthing as this water rises to bring us back to this moment, the end of this first meditation, and the beginning of our break, with humble gratitude. So that we may, in a few minutes, begin once again. Take any time you need here to write down anything that comes to you. Take any time to be with yourself. Take any time if you need it for Reiki for any of your chakras that need a little extra attention. And I am going to actually ask that the music be turned off because I would like to share. Actually, I can just share some music for this interim break. I just would like to share this opening download. Be where you are, continue to be in quietness. If you want to share anything in the chat, you're welcome to do so. If you'd like to just take this moment for yourself. I just would like to play something from sort of my ancestral background that I felt was very grounding for me earlier this day, that I think will help us kind of go into the ancient Egyptian as well as other kind of medicine of the second meditation. So we'll listen to this and then we'll get started. You know, get your glass of water, anything you need in the meantime. Perfect. And thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chris. I don't like to say people's names on the recording, but thank you to the chat. I very much appreciated that we are able to work in tandem with each other. So I'm grateful to you. And thank you to all the folks watching on Facebook as well. Super happy to have you all here. I think I even see one of my previous teachers lurking somewhere, so I'm very excited by that. Hello, one and all, and many blessings. So thank you. And thank you also to Flying Eagle Bear, if you are out there, for helping teach me my own bear medicine. So let's get started with the second music, please, if you don't mind, and we'll go ahead and we will begin. Yes, and hearts to you guys as well. Thank you to those in the Facebook chat and for all appreciation. Thank you. It's a pretty heavy release, huh? So let's continue to make it count. All right. We are now returning and welcoming and opening to this moment of magic and wonder in the universe. Beginning now, as always, with the opening of ceremony space, so that together we may become aware of each and every one of us in harmony and in counsel among one another. Together in this gathered time, we are creating a matrix of wisdom and of spirit understanding. We are open and ready to travel to the great beyond, to see the face of this numerological moment and to receive with humble gratitude its wisdom. I call in now the great powers of the universe. I call in the 7 directions. Calling in the north. Calling in the east. Calling in the south. Calling in the west. Calling in the below. Calling in the above. And calling in the center, the heart, I call in your family of guides and wisdom keepers, your ancestors and their wellness across all timelines, your ancestral homelands, your spirit allies and guides, your animal friends, your crystal companions, your plants and beings assigned to assist you in this lifetime. And I call in as well your ability to benefit today from all of these assigned beings and assigned lessons. I call in your ability to receive that which you are meant to receive from them. I call in your God awareness to find its necessary means of becoming heightened. And I call in as well my guides, my grandfathers, my grandmothers, my animal friends, my ancestral lands, my crystal friends, and all beings of assistance to me. I call in Abu Ninurta, Ishtar, Shaktima, Hecate, Artemis and Selene, Apollo and Helios, Sin and Shamash, Gilgamesh and Enkidu. I call in the medicine of the warrior within us all, the ability to be called to do battle for the good of mankind, to battle strife into order, so that we may all create peaceful times. And to become power makers of heightened compassion and cooperation. I offer now my prayers. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Malik Yawm al-Din, Iyaka na'budu wa Iyaka nasta'in, Uhdina sirat al-Mustaqim, sirat al-Ladhina an'amta alayhim, Ghayri al-Maghdubi alayhim, Wala Dhalim, Ameen, Sadaqallah al-Azim. I call your name in the furrow, Ninurtan and Girsu. They designate you for the entire shepherding of the people. They speak of you in kingship. You are the Lord of the secret. Among the gods are your brothers and your father, you marshaling them in front. Your bravery much greater than all, your divinity surpassing. Wholeheartedly, I praise you. Lord of the boundary arrow, carrier of Sharur. You are thoughtful, capable, awe-inspiring. Thank you for granting us your counsel, your support, and your power. Now call in Shakti Ma, who has offered her guidance to me through this time and this month, in this numerological portal, who I have taken a long break from, but I'm so grateful for her returning. Om Dam Durga Ye Namaha. Om Dam Durga Ye Namaha. Om Dam Durga Ye Namaha. Om Durgaye Namaha. Om Tam Durgaye Namaha. Om Tam Durgaye Namaha. Let us all now together in this time reach out to Spirit as a child would to our parents. And ask now that through these numbers we welcome in a full returning to ourselves. Above us, through our third dreaming eye, we see now a floating cloud tied to a bundle of peacock feathers. As it slowly travels to come and see us, we are greeted by Hanuman and Hermes, Mercury, the heralds of the spirits, inviting us now to join them into a new travel. Our hands reach up for the bundle of feathers, and as we hold, we are borne aloft like a hot air balloon, flying upwards through this golden cloud chariot on this wing of peacock. And we hear from our heralds that we are finding a way to return home. And readying to begin our descent into the lands of the designation of our ceremony today. As our feet touch the ground of this new place, we see before us a pyramid of emerald and ruby with diamond and quartz gates. Crystalline structures inviting us into the coziness of our own hibernation. Inviting us for a liberation from the past, as we will, after this day, be profoundly changed for our highest good. Back into our sweetest, most beloved self, with eyes anew. We can allow for a sweet smile even now to return to our face as we welcome the love and compassion that was meant for us. If we have not already touched down, we do now. And if we have, we will, with the help of our heralds, approach these gates, taking in the majesty of this temple. the emerald pyramid that glitters and shines with black and dark greens and sparkling reds, a pyramid of the heart. We say humble gratitude and thanks to Hanuman and Hermes as they leave us. And we begin, even from the outside, to experience a kind of blending with the energy before us, as we are understanding that we are moving into a fundamental structure and template of the sacred geometric archetypes revealed within Mother Nature. It is as each and every one of us, a pyramid patterning of the whole matrix of the oneness of this universe. A precision patterning that vibrates with the blueprint of the golden ratio of creation, of Genesis, and the origin of all form. And we ask now for our entrance when we are ready, so that we may become hooked into infinity to find that which we need. And if we are granted that entrance, which I guarantee we will be, we may enter into this space, into this place of allowing for metamorphosis and melding with the energy of sacred geometry. And within, we are surrounded by blue sapphire and lapis columns, opening us to our emotional expression, our psychic vision, and the centering of our inner heart's voice. At the center, a blue column of energy, light rainbows that we all together, when we are ready, may step into. We can be unafraid here, for this is our place of activation. But let us take a moment to be with the vibration of this healing temple of Tuesday, 2/22/2022. let us fear not, for the gods are all with us as well. Shakti, Ninurta, Ishtar, Shiva, Kali, Hathor, Sekhmet, Osiris, Isis, Anubis, Bastet, and many more of your beings as well as mine. Freya, Kuan Yin, all these great beings so vast and large that they cannot fully be seen even with the mind's naked eye. And so, like these pillars, if we choose to, we can look up to see all of their faces as they hold their hands out to you now. We welcome stability and harmony, breathing into the repeating twos, aligning with Pluto's return to Turtle Island, so we may find the messages and sequencing meant just for us. Through my channel, I offer you now a second sacred Reiki activation, and through me, a sacred song of light language and language from the beyond. As your third eye opens now for your highest good, and downloads light up through your spinal cord, like a roadmap to your greatest healing. We receive now the great receiver point of the pyramid above us, ruby, emerald, sapphire, diamond, all implanting themselves in our bodies. And the twos of the universe, of the patterning, sequencing, geometry, numerological moments, entering into our fields like soft rain. As I offer now healing with these golden healers, like two antennae pointed straight to you. On this Tuesday, Tuesday, 222222, love, creation, opening. This pyramid like a generator, activating your highest and lowest chakras, your full body, all your beings and allies, opening, releasing, and allowing for the strength and powerful energy of this moment to fully be with you. Generating, offering you the energy of the ruby zoisite generator. We allow now for the energy and knowledge that we are truly enough, and more enough even than that. We are enough even in our inaction, even in our mistakes. We are enough. We are enough when the good times happen. We do not always need more. We welcome in the Buddha-like wisdom that we are constantly living in a state of enoughness. We are at least on the path to finding our enoughness, opening ourselves to transitioning our hurt and sadness and vulnerability selves into a state of relaxed and healed oneness, enoughness, as we are rained upon by the twos of harmony and love that mix with the wisdom of magic in this pyramid, so that we observe our deserving of safety and security for ourselves, of being enough, of having our happiness succeed. The final rewriting with the ruby. You are always enough. And we now open ourselves to soul retrieval, to bring back all parts of ourselves into the present, only going where we would like to go today. We will not go to any place that is unsafe for us. We will only call back that which is ready to be unfurled and returned. And we look now above us and see a falling star. A star coming towards us. Not crashing, not exploding. Slowly, slowly descending, but sparkling and glittering with golden light. Moving through that center of the pyramid. Gods and goddesses continuing to smile at us, as they are our cosmic parents. And as you are seeing this star, you are also perceiving a mirrored reflection of your inner child, or an inner self who would like to return. Can be an inner teenager, an inner young 20-year-old. Coming to meet you today at the geometric patterning of this pyramid. This person finding you in a small auric sphere as its descent slows and it lands to stand before you, so that you may regard one another. You may even see multiple selves. Regard them, witness their story. And if it feels too painful, watch them from very far away. That's okay too. And the gods are chanting as you are trying to find your stillness in your witnessing. They chant, retrieve yourself, return to yourself, retrieve yourself, return to yourself, retrieve yourself, and return to yourself. And in this moment, we are standing in a pyramid with our inner child before us, harmonized to the golden ratio, the triangle and the square, the pyramid of 3 triangles that harmonizes in 3 multiplying. Above us, the symbolic point of spiritual attainment, and below us the foundation of the square, all multiplied by 3. This place that is the representation of the body's journey and ascent to enlightenment, now an initiation temple for our abundant return to inner self. As ancient Egyptian initiates to the mystical used this structure to go through a kind of death and rebirth, we are now allowing ourselves an opening within. And so we witness with this inner person, this child or teen or adult or multiple people, a holder as well of our 3 energy. Even as a wounded being, or perhaps not a wounded being, there is the artistry of self and the charming nature, the playfulness, the luck, the optimism, your harmonic rhythm with the world. Master number 3 now harmonizing between you and your witnessing of this child or person's experience through communicative and thoughtful ways and pathways in the mind, the joining of the 12, the individual 1, and the creative, loving number 2, ideas coming to fruition as you are inviting a fruition of unification. The gods continue to chant, retrieve yourself, return to yourself, as the energy of 2 continues to rain down with other falling stars now in this column, in this pyramid, as we welcome love to you and to your inner past self. Bringing healing and magic to our precociousness as well as our sensitivities. Finding peace as the witness of our story, and finding stability reinstated. Gods and goddesses putting their hands on our shoulders, offering us healings to parent wounds if that feels appropriate. Otherwise, we don't have to touch that. But also offering healings of expectations and needs, and a releasement across generations from the need to be bad or the need to be good, and the obsession of something missing. We are changing the narrative through these divine structures and these divine beings. Today we are deciding to carry and heal our own burdens for the betterment of ourselves and for our greatest community. We won't let others take our burdens from us, but we will also no longer let others add to our burdens, even those we love dearest. We no longer have to be angry or upset that others were angry at us. Instead, we simply welcome back the beloved heart, so that all that three, creativity and joy and wisdom, the two mirrored images reflected, the healing with boundaries, and the great awareness and consciousness of two, repeating and repeating and repeating with love and opportunity and infinite possibility are shared between us as we are welcoming in heaven consciousness. Just as we were in the waters, everything is alive. This past self, this present self, unification of all fields of energy is with us now. Unification of source energy, spirit, God, Atman, energetic essence. All now comes alive, the pyramid, the crystals, the inner past self, the deities, shining love so purely and deeply through every stratosphere. And as we are feeling that love, we invite that inner past self to rest on our shoulders or into an embrace, or both. And through this heaven consciousness are the palindromes of the twos repeating around us. And like these twos repeating, the pyramid two repeats and becomes both upward and upside down. A Merkaba, Star of David, or Durga Yantra. Everything falling into perfect heaven balance of love, vibrating deeply with earth and cosmos, love in all directions, the complex blending of our inner faces as we become the avatar of the divine, like Gilgamesh, Enkidu, Raman, Krishna. We'll take a moment to stay here before we move into our closing, receiving any final downloads, messages, symbols, or signs needed for this Tuesday 222222 activation of harmonic love, of cooperation, of joy. Year 6, master number 3, compound number 12. Count down from 6, and as we do so, we will allow for the gates of this pyramid to close behind us as we exit and return to say goodbye to this temple and space when we are ready, being back in this room. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Thank you to all those who are still watching on the Facebook chat. I bid you good night. Thank you for being a part of this session. I'm closing the live stream now. May this find you in abundance always. I'm going to stop the music as well. And also stop the recording.